for 20 minutes. Hello and welcome to this IELTS reading class. In this class, we're just basically going to review some tips, but mainly focus on practice in this class, because I think sometimes we can get a bit too theoretical on these kind of things. So that's the aim today. We're going to do some reading, actually try and answer some questions. Can everyone in the class, can you see my Word document here?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay, so this is the basic structure of today's class. We're going to do a guess the title game. All right. Then we'll do some skimming and scanning games. So it's just practice. Then I want to review some general reading tips. I've got my list here. These are my top tips. Okay. And then we're going to answer 14 questions. I don't know if we'll finish 14 questions today, right? So is everyone ready?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
fantastic.
sir.
Now,
Yes.
I'm going to show you the text for today. Here is the text. Here it is. Okay. And the first thing we're going to do is simply play this simple game. The game is this. Read A. Okay, you can read B as well if you want. Just read the first 1 or 2 paragraphs. Okay. And guess the title of the reading. Okay, what is the title? Can you guess? All right, so start now. I'll give you 1 or 2 minutes, and then I'll ask for your suggestions. Okay, read the text, guess the title. Off you go.
Done reading.
Okay, Shahani's done.
Done.
Done. Okay, guess the title.
Done, sir.
Who wants to try and tell me what the title is?
Body's largest organ.
The body's largest organ. That's not bad. Is that John?
Yes.
Functions of the skin.
Anatomy of the skin.
Functions of the skin. Oh, I like that.
Use of skin, sir. Sorry, purpose of skin. Purpose of skin.
Purpose of the skin. Anything else?
Of skin.
Go on, Sophia.
Structure of the skin.
Fracture of. What do you mean by fracture?
Structure.
Structure of the skin. Oh, structure. Okay. Structure of the skin. Anyone else?
I would say that is for B. Structure of the skin.
Ah, okay. Well, you've all done really well. The reason I asked you to do this because, well, I'll talk about this in a minute, but obviously you need to get the general idea, don't you? So these are all not too bad. You're getting the general idea, okay? It's definitely about skin. We've got the topic, okay? Now, you've got to try and, I'll give you a bit more help now. Does anyone know what we call something that covers the face? If
Mask?
you go,
Mask.
yeah, mask, okay. Now, what's the opposite of, there's a verb which means to take off a mask. Does anyone know what it means? Unmask.
Peel off.
Okay.
Unmask.
Unmasking. So this is actually the title here, Unmasking the Skin. Okay. But what it means is everything you guys just said, right? Looking at the skin in a deeper way, looking at the organization, the structure of the skin, that kind of thing, the role it plays with the body. All right. Well done. Now, why did I ask you to do this? Because at the start of any IELTS reading text, you should do something like this. Sophia, what did we do?
Read.
At the start, we read how many paragraphs?
2.
2.
2 or 3 paras. And what did we do, Nis and Salah? What was I asking you to do? Not guess the
To
title,
give
but
the general idea.
try to think about the general idea. Good.
Yes.
What type of text is this? What's it really talking about in general? Okay, so that's an important thing, and we'll come back to that in later on when we start reading. So well done for that. We're now on to the second game. Okay, so we tried to guess the title of this text, which was here, right? The next thing we're going to do is a quick skimming and scanning game. And I've played this with some of you guys before. Just quickly, guys, though, what does skim and scan mean? I'm going to ask that to Anuj. Do you know what skimming and scanning means? Put my camera back on.
So scan means scanning, like you need to or you need to like take some manure particle.
Ooh, it's kind of like a particle. Yeah, so look, I'll change your word, minute particle. I understand what you mean, but we wouldn't say it like that. We'd say looking for specific, right? Specific words.
Yeah, and skim means removing something.
It can mean that. There's another meaning of that. But Nissan Salat, what does skimming mean? It's kind of the opposite. In this sense, we're talking about the opposite. It is looking for the
general idea.
The main idea, right? So you guys, you already did a skim. You've already done the skim. You did it here. Well done. All right. But scanning is looking for specific words. And this is a very useful skill in IELTS because very often what you do is you read the question, you find a key word. It might be, for example, I don't know, surface. And then you scan for that text, that word in the text, or a synonym, right? So let's practice that now. We're going to practice some scanning with this simple game. I'm going to say a word, and you guys have to tell me the word before that word. So you have to scan and find the word. So for example, if I say composed, that's here. So Shahani, what word do you need to say?
Yes.
Shahani will say is, because that's the word before composed. All right, so that's the game. Scanning. Ready? Who can do this as fast as possible? Here we go. Tell me the word before kept. K-E-P-T, kept. Can anyone see it? Kept. Ooh. Was it A, B? Where's that? A, B, C, or D?
D.
Inhumate.
I was looking for this. I don't know if there's are kept. Maybe there's two, but I can't see that one. Don't worry. We'll try again. Find me the word before innermost.
The
Innermost layer. Good. Well done. Find me the word before impervious.
This.
Well done, Nissan Salah. Good. Find me the word before took off. Took off.
You.
Yeah, well done. Okay, found that very fast. Find me the word before multitude.
Multitude.
Good. You found that very fast. Good. This is the kind of speed we need. Smell. S-M-E-L-L. Smell.
And.
Yeah, very good. Was that Shahani? Okay, find me the word before dermis. D-E-R-M-I-S.
The.
Good. I suppose the dermis, does that mean all your skin? Interesting. Apathetic.
Became.
Became. Good. And one more. Intimate. Intimate.
Most.
Not given.
Yeah, good.
Most.
Well done. Now, all right, I just want to make sure that you guys understand. These words are very... I'm going to just make sure you guys understand the meaning of these words as well, because... so It's very important that we understand, we have some good vocabulary, right, for reading. So I'm going to play another game quickly. And the game is this. I'm going to describe one of these words. So I'll give you the definition. And you need to tell me, what word am I talking about? All right. So I'm going to give you the definition. You need to tell me what word it is. So here's one, an easy one. This one means a bad...
Inhuman.
No.
Smell.
Oh.
Smell. Okay.
Smell.
So well done. Who got that?
Me, sir.
Okay. Some of these are more difficult though, aren't they? So this one means very close and personal.
Intimate.
Yeah, good, Shani. Close and personal. This one means to remove. One of the meanings is to remove.
Took off.
Took off, yeah. So it can mean remove, as in clothes or skin, or it can mean a plane takes off from and flies as well. This one means very like brutal with no morality.
Inhumane.
Don't care about humans.
Inhuman. Inhuman.
Be inhumane. Good. This one means I don't care. I don't care. I do-
Apathetic.
Yeah, good. So if you don't care about something, you are apathetic about it. Okay, good. This one means the center.
Innermost.
Kind of, yeah.
The most.
The most inside. Good. This one means many.
Multitude.
Multitude.
Okay. And this one, well, I think we've got one left, haven't we? Well, we've got two here. What does impervious mean? Can anyone tell me?
Can't go through that.
Yes.
Good.
Can't penetrate it.
Penetrate.
Or
Yeah.
sometimes we say he was impervious to it, and that means he didn't. He's not listening, or he's not recognizing it. Okay, dermis. This is kind of the topic for the reading today, guys. Dermis. What is a dermis?
Skin.
Skin.
It's like the name for all of the skin as an organ, I think. Right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, and that's what this text is about today. It's about skin and like unmasking the skin, understanding what the skin is and how it works in the body. Okay, so we've played some games, we've done a bit of practice, but now what I want to do is quickly review these general tips, and then we're going to do 14 questions. Okay, so here's my general tips. I'll give you 1 minute. Just read these and remind yourself of these important things. And then I'll ask you some concept checking questions. Okay? So just read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You've got 1 minute. And then I'm going to ask you questions to make sure you understand. Okay? Off you go. Just have a read. Okay, so that was approximately 1 minute. I'm going to start off with Sophia. Sophia, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Obviously, we need to read the instructions carefully. Why do we need to note the word limit?
If we exceed the word limit, it is considered as wrong.
Yeah, right. So if you can only have 3 words and I write down 4, what happens?
Point will not be given.
Yeah, no mark. Okay, so very important just to note that. Obviously, read the instructions at the start. Yeah, so people get stressed in the exam and they don't read this carefully enough, and they don't mark and they don't note down the word limit. Okay, that's fairly simple. Nisan Salah, why do you need to check your spelling. Why is spelling important?
Because your answer should be exact word according to the text. Otherwise, you lose your marks.
Again, you miss your marks. Good. Okay, Shahani, always be careful with synonyms and paraphrases. Why is that important?
Yes. Because there are some words that are similar but different meaning.
Yeah, so this is
you have
one
to
of the
be
most,
careful.
it's not like there's a simple answer to, this is the problem that you all face as readers, right?
Yeah.
Trying to know whether a synonym is a good synonym or a bad synonym. Okay, we'll talk about more about that in a second. Okay, let's ask another person. John.
Yes.
What is a distractor?
Distractor is something like a word that distract you.
It distracts you, and it's trying to confuse you.
You
They're
I
trying to
think that
make you make the wrong decision, aren't they?
Yeah.
So you have to be wary that the IELTS will do this on purpose. Okay. Let me ask some more people here. Who have we got? Anuj, are you there?
Yes, sir.
What does this mean, eliminate?
Eliminate, obviously wrong answer. See, sir, I from this point I understood, like in a paraphrase, there'll be one or more than two answers.
Mm-hmm.
More than yeah. So we can we need to eliminate one or two answer, and we need to find out which one is more suitable for that.
Okay, so yeah, so here, how many possible answers are there here, Anuj?
There are 4 possible answers.
Okay,
Sir.
and by elimination we mean like this, right? Just removing,
Yes.
if we can. Okay, so it's a very
Correct,
powerful
correct, sir.
technique, guys. If you're not sure what the answer is, start to think negatively rather than positively, right? I don't know the answer, but I know it's not C, and I know it's not D. Gives you a 50% chance. Okay, fitter. Why are words like, are you there?
Yes.
Why are words like some, always, not? Why are those so important?
Uh,
It's a difficult question.
yeah.
Well, this one, why is that a really important word in IELTS reading? It's a game changer.
Okay.
Why is it a game changer? Any ideas? Changes the meaning, right, Twitter? If I say
Yeah.
I do not like pizza, that's the opposite of saying I like pizza. Right. So these words are key. Right, you've got to focus on these. Also, if I say I like some pizza, Vita,
Yes.
that's very different, isn't it, from saying I like pizza? If I say I like some pizza,
Yeah,
there
it
are
means
only
you.
some kinds. Yeah.
Yeah, you don't like whole kind of
All of
pizza.
them, exactly. So you've got to watch out for these keywords. We're not really going into this today, but I'm just trying to make sure we all understand there's things like modals, negatives, some, always. When you see those kinds of words, you've got to pay extra special attention. Don't just go past them, right? Reread those words and think a bit more carefully about those. Okay, last thing. Who have I not asked a question to? Sophia. Listen, Salah, one more time.
Yes, sir.
I missed one of these out. I think it was this one.
Don't stop when you find just one keyword that matches. Continue, read a bit more. Yes.
What does that mean?
Sometimes we find a keyword in one sentence, but in the before sentence that something can be some kind of idea about changing your answer or negative thing or
Yeah, so before it or after it, right?
after it.
Let
Yeah.
me make sure that's clear to everyone else. Okay, I think I understood you there, Mr. Teller. So what we're saying, guys, is big part of IELTS reading is matching keywords like this. I don't know, can anyone see features here? Maybe there's no features. Just imagine anyway, imagine that we match this to this. Imagine this says features here. For the sake of argument, guys, okay? And we match these. A key tip is don't stop reading. If you find the key word, don't stop reading. You have to read to the end of the sentence and make sure there's not more keywords. Okay, so thanks to Cicella for trying to explain that. I'm not going to go too far into all those tips. Hopefully we'll see a lot of them illustrated now as we practice IELTS reading. Okay, so we've got 14 questions. We've gone through the tips a little bit.
Sir, one confusion, sir.
Yes.
Sir, in computer deliver examination, so they'll give us a desktop to write our exam. So what happens in that? There is a key control. Like if you press Control F, we can search the word. Like you told, features. So
well, you know what? I'm not that familiar with the online tests, but I presume it doesn't let you do that, does it?
Okay,
no.
Okay.
Presumably that's disabled, the Control F. You mean this?
Control F, sir.
You mean that one?
Match. Yes, navigation, correct, sir.
That will not be.
Search.
Yeah, but it won't be available in the exam, I'm pretty sure. Okay.
Okay, sir.
All right. So, guys, just don't forget, always skim the text at the start to get a general idea of the text. So imagine we're in the exam and we start the text. Here we go. One more time, we got to skim this and get a general idea of the text. So, but we already know that, don't we? So, Shahani, one more time, what's the general topic of this text?
Unmasking the skin.
That was the title. Good. It's really talking about skin
but it's
and
anatomy of the skin.
Yeah, anatomy.
It's anatomy. Yeah.
That's a good one. Okay, so that's the general idea of all the text, guys. This is a nice little article about skin and the anatomy of it. Here is the first set of questions we've got. So let's try and do this together. Now, I can't give you all of the texts, so we have to kind of do this together. All right. So can everyone read the questions here?
Yes.
Yeah. So the passage has 10 paragraphs, A to J. Which paragraphs contains the following information? Answer the questions below by writing the correct letters A to J in boxes 1 to 4. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so Sophia. Number 1, the features of human skin on and below the surface. Sophia. Are you there? I'm not asking for the answer. What do I need to do now?
Look for the keyword.
Read the passages, paragraphs.
All of them?
Choose the primary and the secondary words.
The first and the last lines of each paragraph.
I don't think so, Sophie. I don't think we have time. Right? I'm going to go. These guys are saying keywords, and I agree. So let's get a primary and a secondary one. That means 2. One of them is more important than the other one. Sophia, can you see a good keyword here?
Surface.
Feature,
below the surface.
Surface.
Human skin below.
Features. Okay. All right.
Human skin.
Okay. Now, I know it's obvious, but I'm just going to say it to you guys. Why is skin not a good keyword? Can anyone tell
Because
me?
it's all about skin.
You can find skin.
It's all about skin. And why is human not a good word? Because it's all about human skin.
Still,
Right.
it's the same as skin. Yeah.
So what is a good keyword?
Surface.
A good keyword in general, though, John, is a word that will be unique or almost unique in the text. Not very common. Okay, so we've got features and we've got surface. Now, we can search for the exact words, or we can search for synonyms of features. And I'm not going to explain what synonyms means. I know that most of the people here know synonyms. So I'm going to assume that the answer is somewhere here. Can anyone find me synonyms of features and surface? Okay, someone's saying B. What's the word?
Yes.
C.
3 layers.
Outermost.
John,
layer.
go on. What's the word that means
surface.
features?
Outermost layer is synonyms of surface.
Outermost layer. Yeah, that's not bad. Okay, does anyone else have anything else?
C.
C. What do you have here, Shahani?
For features, I think familiar characteristics.
Yeah. Say that again.
That's it.
One more time.
Familiar characteristics.
Familiar characteristics.
For features.
So features and characteristics. Yeah, good. Can anyone see
Yeah.
any other synonyms, guys?
So familiar
On
characteristics are there, but before that, they mentioned from these familiar characteristics. So it's
very
joined.
good. Well,
Yeah.
that's the next thing, Nissan Salah. So the next thing, obviously, guys, is we don't just find a keyword and write down A, B, or C. We have to read the text and we have to think about it, right? We can't just do that. So we're going to read this whole sentence. But Nissan Salah, she's already given us the answer. She's saying that, just one more time, Nissan Salah, why is it important, these words here?
From these means they mention about the previous something that previously
Yeah, so that could be here
mentioned.
or here.
Yeah.
What are the characteristics, guys?
That's the features.
Is it these? It says these familiar characteristics. Where are they in when it says these, it's pointing backwards in the text, so they could be here.
So maybe energy source, cushion, and insulator of the body. That point.
Probably these here. Yeah, I agree. Something like this, or it's going to be above C. Okay, so it can't be C, right? Because C has a key word, John, but it's saying that it's relating to B. Okay, so I'm going to put the answer B here. Unless, can anyone else see any synonyms? No? Exactly. Okay, so we're going to say the answer is B. And that is correct. Features of human skin and below the surface, right? The answer is B. Okay, this is the kind of way you do it. So let's try the next one. An experiment in which the writer can see what is happening. Keywords, please, Anuj. We want 2.
A writer.
I suppose, yeah. Yeah. And what else?
Experiments, sir.
Good. These seem like fairly unique words, don't they? Because they're not really, it's not like skin or human. Yeah. So what do we think is the most important one though, guys? When we choose 2, we have a primary and a secondary usually. So one of them I tend to think is more important than the other, and maybe I'll look at that first. What do you think, Anuj, is the most important one? Writer or experiment?
Yeah.
Experiment, sir.
Why experiment?
That's the keyword.
I think there could be more than. Do you think there could be more than one experiment here, though, John? I think there could be more than one experiment in this text. So I'd be tempted to go for writer, because I don't think there's going to be more than one writer. But
yes,
sometimes it's a bit of a guess. All right. So let's search, guys. Keywords. Same game again. You need to find me synonyms or the exact word meaning experiment or writer. Off you go.
In Parady, second word, experiments.
Level up experiments decades ago. Okay, so we've got one here. Anything else, guys? I didn't think there was anything on this page.
E also there is an
sir, E, sir, E.
Go on.
Research.
Where?
Tiffany
Research.
second line.
Yes, sir.
This one.
Right, Stephanie Field,
Writer.
Director of Touch Research Institute of the University.
Tiffany Field.
So research is here. Yeah. Okay, so the next thing is, like Nissan Salah did before, we need to read these sentences now, and we need to make sure we don't get tricked by this. Just because we found a key word doesn't mean it's the answer, all right? So let's think about this one. Remember, the question is this. Which paragraph contains the following, oops, move this out of the way, I can't see that. The following information, okay? And we're trying to think about an experiment in which the writer can see what is happening. Okay, laboratory experiments decades ago, now considered unethical and humane, kept baby monkeys from being touched by their mothers. It made no difference that the babies could see blah, blah. Is there anything about a writer? Guys,
No.
all together?
No.
No. So we're
No.
gonna say no for that one. Same process here, guys. I need to read the full sentence and say, is it talking about experiments and writers here? Yes or no? I can't see any writer here. Maybe I'm wrong. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What do we think? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
You think that but do you think that it says that there is an experiment in which the writer can see what is happening? There's nothing about a writer
Yeah.
here. There's no writer.
Studies.
Where does it say that he can see what is happening?
Sir, the physical affection in childhood and low rates of adult physical violence.
Okay, but is that saying that the writer, that's a person who writes, can see something? No. Right?
No,
So
no.
what do we do, guys? If it's not there, we need to go and look. Yep.
Sir, it says the cultures show a correspondence between studies of a variety of cultures show a correspondence.
Yeah. So you're matching experiments, Sophia, but you're not matching the idea of writer can see.
Okay.
Can you see that there, Sophia? Because what I'm thinking we need to do, guys, is go and look for in the rest of the text. What do you all think?
Mm.
All right, so let's try again. Sorry, I should have made it clear that there was more. But come on, no IELTS text is this short. You guys know this, right? So again, we're looking for writer. We're looking for research or experiment. Remember, it's this idea that the writer can see something in the experiment. So we're searching for keywords.
Is G?
Ooh, where does it say that? Where are the keywords?
F, sir.
Where's the keywords here?
So when the nerves cells are stimulated, physical energy is transferred into energy used by nervous system and passed from the skin to the spinal cord and brain.
Okay, so that's experiment, maybe there's a paraphrase of experiment, but I need this idea of a writer. Anyone?
H, the last sentence.
Ooh.
Now I realize my skin feels pressure and temperature. Last sentence in each paragraph.
Okay, so let's think about this, guys. We're looking for writer, we're looking for experiment. Listen, Salah, why do you say is H? Because the answer is H, but we need to think about why.
Last sentence, sir.
Okay, so how does that relate to the writer can see something?
So the writer is thinking like my skin which seemed so reliable. It seemed so reliable.
There is a synonym here that means see, S-E-E, or related to sight. Can anyone see it?
Okay, open your eyes.
Oh, we got eyes. Good. We've definitely got eyes. There's another one as well.
I have visual proof.
Visual proof. Okay, and this whole paragraph is talking about the experiment, isn't it? But we do have a lot of the secondary keyword is here a lot, isn't it, guys? We've got visual. We've got where's the eyes? Open your eyes. Right. So that is the answer for that one, H. Okay, let's try the next one. Okay, here we go. Same process. I'm going to stop helping you so much though. So number 3, advice on how we can avoid damage to the skin. So Fitta, I need 2 keywords.
Which one? Number 3.
We're trying to do number 3. Yeah, advice on how you can avoid damage to the skin.
Avoid.
Avoid might be okay. Okay, anything else?
And advice.
Damage, sir.
It could be advice or
Advice
damage.
and damage.
What do we think, guys? Advice or damage?
Primary advice.
I think it's advice.
I think we need to. Okay, I'm going to overrule you guys. It's damage, okay? Because it might not say in the text anything about advice. She might just give the advice, right? It might not say, here is some advice, right? But I think the word damage, we've got more chance of this being a synonym in the text. So avoid, what does that mean, Fitor? Avoid?
Like protect.
Okay, good. It is avoid or protect. Well, not quite protect. It would be more something like
stay away from.
Stay away
yeah,
from,
like...
not go to. Okay. One more time, guys. You need to tell me, can you find the two synonyms here, or do I need to go to the other page? All right.
Other page.
Let's just quickly scan, guys, for keywords. Can you see anything meaning avoid or damage?
Letter E.
Okay. Where's the synonym?
Low rates of adult physical violence.
Low rates of other. Where's that? Low rates of. You can draw a line if you want. But anyway, okay. But that is not a synonym. Which one? Which word? Damage or avoid? John, what is that a synonym for?
Damage.
Okay.
Now, can you go for A?
It's not a good synonym, is it, guys? Read the sentence.
Can you go for A?
1 second. Look, John, so this is what we're trying to think. This says advice on how to avoid damage to what, John?
Yeah.
Skin.
Okay. Is that saying anything about violence to skin? No.
No, violence is different from damage.
Okay. Anuj, you had a question.
A, sir. A.
Okay. Where's the synonym?
So it protects us from a multitude of external forces.
Okay. But what's the remember we have avoid?
No, the damage.
Yeah. It protects us from a multitude of what?
External forces.
Both of you guys are not making any connections between the words. There's no word here.
So I think we have to search other
On
page.
the next.
We do.
The other page. It's not there.
I have the answers already. I know it's on the other page, but I'm very worried. Anuj and John, you need to be careful when we're matching synonyms. You have to you have to be accurate. There's nothing here. External forces, that doesn't mean damage. Protect, that doesn't mean damage. Multitude, that doesn't mean damage. It doesn't mean avoid. Okay. The answer is actually on this page, guys. We want damage and avoid. All right. So one more time, this is the whole skill of this reading thing. Find me a synonym or an exact word for avoid or damage. Remember, it was damage to the skin. Damage to the skin.
Sir, can we go ahead with G, sir? Pressure, temperature, and pain. G.
G. Okay. So what's the synonyms?
Sir, the pressure, temperature, and pain. Yeah.
Okay, but we're looking for synonyms.
Damage, sir.
There's
Yes,
nothing.
Sir.
No, those are not good synonyms. No. Anyone else?
How about slight burns?
Slight burns. Is it to the skin?
Yes.
Where is that?
In paragraph J. Quickly from slight burn to damage.
Well done, Fator, right? I'm gonna, because I want to move a little bit faster. The answer is in J, guys, but let's try and figure out why the answer is in J. Okay, so Fitor's got there. Well done. Now, we're talking about a type of damage, aren't we?
Yes.
What kind of damage did she have again? Was it burns?
Yes. Slight burns and...
Where's that? Burns.
No, I nicked myself.
There's also this. That means cut yourself. So there's two damages. There's two types of damage here. So cutting the skin. Two types of damage.
What about crusty scab surrounded by pain tissue?
Okay, so there's 3 types of damage to skin. Okay, so it looks like J is our answer. What about, did we find anything for the other keyword? What was it again? Damage
Avoid.
or avoid? I don't know if there is anything. Sometimes you can't find the other one.
No blister.
If you ever happen to touch a hot burner, just put your finger in cold
Please scroll
water.
it.
The chances are you will have no.
How about avoid? He gives me a surgical gloves to put on and has
Where's that?
age.
He gives me a, can you draw, you can draw on the screen, guys. We get the idea. He gives me a surgical glove. That would be avoidance, wouldn't it? So it's interesting to learn here, actually. The answer is J. It's interesting that sometimes we're not looking for synonyms. We're looking for a
Sir, can you please scroll the screen? I want to read the J completely.
Yeah, sure.
I see only half of the paragraph. Thank you.
You're welcome. So guys, sometimes we're looking for synonyms. We did find some synonyms here, but also sometimes you have to have examples, don't you?
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
If they ask for synonyms, do we have...
So Sophia, 1 second. Vitor, yep.
Do we have to find just one word or like one sentence to explain?
Well, there's no rules, right? So it can be a synonym, it can be the exact word, or it can be, sometimes this is what I'm saying, it can be an example, right? So this, guys, sometimes the keyword might be something like animal, right? But in the text, it will say cat. And cat is an example of an animal. So that's something we might want to work on a little bit more. Okay, but let's go back because we need to get through a lot of these today. Okay, and I'm just, again, I'm trying to model how to do this. You guys can practice your reading at any time. Okay, but we're trying to think it through. Okay, so it's all about finding keywords. Cruel research methods used in the past. Nissan Salah, are you there? Oh, Sophia, go on.
Yes.
But we're not going back to 3 now because we're on the 4th question and we've got 10 minutes left. So. Keywords here, please, guys. Cruel research methods used in the past.
Inhumane.
Inhumane.
Inhumane and unethical.
I know, but I want the keywords here. We're practicing. Come on.
Yes.
Don't give me the answer.
Cruel.
Give me the.
Cruel.
So cruel.
Cruel.
And then inhumane, we know is a good. Yeah, that's good. Anything else is a keyword?
Past. Past.
I would say
Past.
something like the past.
Past.
Good. I'm glad that everyone got that. Now I'm going to add this in. So, as well as looking for synonyms, as I said before, Vitor, what else are we going to look for? What did I say before? Examples of the word.
Examples.
Right. I forgot about this. This is what I call a distractor. Rather than giving you the synonym in the thing, the text will just give you an example of it. Right. So we need to be careful of that.
Shouldn't be the same.
Well, no, as I say, imagine the keyword was animal, right? And you're looking for a synonym for the word animal, but actually it's not a synonym, it's an example. So it might be cat. Okay, so we need to add in that extra thing here. Anyway, we know that cruel, you guys immediately went on to inhumane. So where's inhumane?
D.
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 Unethical and
okay. Can we see past here?
Yeah,
Yes.
decades ago.
Decades ago.
Ooh, decades ago. Nice. Let me just check my little answers list.
But it's in E as well.
Okay. So this is the kind of thing I want to practice. So sometimes you'll see an E. Where's the synonym in E?
It's
Early years.
Early years. Okay. Do we have anything meaning cruel here at all?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
Don't think so. So that would suggest that it was D. But how do we answer the question, guys? You've got to read it and think about it. So, yeah, 1 second. This is what we need to do. We need to read this. Which paragraph contains the following information? Again.
How about this adult aggression is low?
Yeah, 1 second. Cruel research methods used in the past. Okay, so I'm keeping that in my mind. Cruel research methods used in the past. Let's double check both of these passages. So this one says, Laboratory experiments decades ago, now considered unethical and inhumane, kept baby monkeys from being touched by their mothers. Do we think that matches, guys? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes. D matches.
Okay. Let's try this one as well, though, Fitor, because I think you mentioned this. So for humans, insufficient touching in early years can have lifelong results. Does that have the meaning of cruel research?
I
I think
I'm not quite sure.
it's not. It's got a different meaning here, right? It's we've got past, but there's nothing. I can't find anything. Adult aggression. Is there anything meaning cruel research? No?
No.
Okay, so you would go for D.
No.
The answer is D. Okay, but very often when you're reading, you've got these two choices to make, haven't you? And you've got to try and weigh it up and make the best choice you can. Okay, let's move on to 5 and 6. I don't think we might get through another 2. If you guys want to do this on the study document after the class, you are welcome to do it, or you can do it in our speaking club after this. I'll give you the answers. If you want the answers, you can contact me on Skype. All right. All right. So let's go and look at 5 and 6. Oops. The question is, how does a lack of affectionate touching affect children? And I'm going to ask Anuj, what are the key words here, please?
So, the affectionate, lack of affectionate.
Good.
Yeah, and the next affect of children. Affect
I would
children.
say children. Now, there are different types of affection, aren't there, everyone? What kind of affection is this?
Touching.
I would put these together. Right? We're going to look for affectionate, but it has to be touching, doesn't it? Not just.
Yes.
It could be affectionate kissing. It could be affectionate, I don't know, walks in the park. It could be affectionate letters. Yeah. So let's go and see again if we can find the keywords there. Affectionate touching and children. Is it in these paragraphs or is it in the next ones? Oh, someone's found. So this isn't a synonym, is it? It's the exact word. Well done. You can draw on the screens, guys. Well, you have welcome to do that. So we've got touching. Do we have anything for children?
Babies.
Got babies. It's looking quite good here. Can anyone see any other synonyms in the other paragraphs?
See.
But that about monkeys.
Insufficient touching in the early years. Okay, so we do have, again, we have to make this decision. Good. All right. So again, I'm going to go back to the question and I am going to think about it a bit more. Right. So think about this. How does the lack of affectionate, how does a lack of affectionate touching affect children? So how does it? So we're looking for this idea of it affecting someone. Someone said here, does this tell us anything about how children are affected?
No, it's for monkey.
Yes, it says babies become apathetic.
Okay, what does apathetic mean?
Care about nothing, like flat
Careless.
affect.
Okay, but
John's
saying it's for monkeys. I think he's right, John.
Yes, that is
These
for
poor
monkeys.
baby monkeys. And if we say children, how does lack of
Human.
affection touching? I assume that means humans. It doesn't. In English, it could be. I think it would be. Yeah, it would mean humans. So, I think John, you're right here. If you say the word children, that doesn't mean baby monkeys. It can't mean an animal. So we're more likely to look here. Let's read this. For humans, insufficient touching in early years can have lifelong results. In touching cultures, adult aggression is low, whereas in cultures where touch is limited, adult aggression is high. So does that answer the question? What's the lack?
Yes.
I think it does
Yes.
answer. And what's the answer to that? What are children like if you don't touch them and show them some love?
Violent. Letter B.
They are more likely to become violent.
So where is it A, B, C, or D?
B.
Okay, good.
B.
Wanted everyone to say it. Okay, good. This will be the last one for today. So again, after the wetness experiments, the writer says that. Who have I not asked so much about keywords? I want to make sure everyone. Fitter, I'll ask you again because you don't always make it into the live classes. Give me the keywords here.
Number 6, yeah?
Yeah.
Experiments.
It's got to be that, isn't it?
And wetness.
Wetness. Okay. And remember, guys, as I said before, we're looking for the exact words, aren't we? Or we're looking for synonyms, as we've been doing all classes, synonyms. Or occasionally you can see an example. Examples. So let's think about that then. Is there any examples here we might see? I don't think there's an example. It's not really a category, is it?
No.
Can anyone think of an example of an experiment?
Research.
That would be a synonym, research. I think here we've got no examples, but I'm going to reiterate. This is a really useful technique looking for examples. Okay, wetness and experiments. Some kind of experiments regarding wetness. What does wetness mean, Fitor?
Wetness.
What does it mean, Fitor, wetness?
I don't know.
Can anyone help us? It's a bit of a strange one, isn't it? Anyone?
Using water.
Water.
Using water.
Having lots of water. I'll have to show you. And we're finishing the class now. So, if I pour this onto this, right?
Yeah.
And we can talk about the wetness of the shirt.
Yes.
Right? So it's a noun, but really it's a quality of things. Okay. So let's see if we can find that.
We don't hear this here often.
It's not really a common word. I think I can't remember the last time I've used the,
like
the word
my
wetness.
shirt is got wet.
You could say my shirt is wet, or my shirt has got wet. Yeah, but it's more of a scientific thing when you talk about the wetness of. Maybe
I know it's something about it's wet.
Yeah.
I wasn't quite sure.
Maybe you're a scientist and you want to know how wet something is. So you would talk about its wetness. Right? What is the wetness of, I don't know, the interior of the car? Okay, anyway, can we see synonyms, guys? Same thing. A, B, C, D, E. This is the last question today.
I think it's not.
Nothing here.
No, nothing.
Yeah,
So this
nothing.
experiment
It is here.
So this.
It is here. Can anyone draw it? Can anyone see it by drawing it on the screen?
Here.
Synonyms there are.
How about studies?
There is experiments. Come on, we've got experiments. We have to look again, don't we? Yeah, we have to think about it again, don't we? Good. What about, well, let's just do this one. I think there's a few things for experiments. Anything meaning wetness or water? Something related to water?
Smell their mothers. Smell their mothers.
Permeable barrier. Someone's put here. Smelled it. Where's that?
No, in the second paragraph.
That one.
Yes.
Smell their mothers.
Yes.
What is the wetness experiments? Maybe we should read. The
larva of monkeys, they'll come out from the mouth and it'll go to the mother skins.
Yeah.
So they can smell it.
Okay. What has smell got to do with wetness, though?
That's what this one. Speak.
Speak? No, we're trying to match this idea of wetness. We've got experiments here, haven't we? Now, what do they mean by wetness experiments, guys? How are we going to solve this? Yeah. Sophia?
Wetness.
Yeah?
Experiment is in the next page.
Maybe we should move on. Should we move on, guys? Does everyone agree?
Yes.
Okay, I'm not so sure about that, but we'll come back if we need to. Okay, this one's a really hard one. Got it written down here.
It's like trial.
Paragraph H, it is there. Wet.
Where's that?
This on my forehead.
G.
Third line.
He did talk about the wetness, yeah, didn't he?
Yes, sir.
Third
So
line.
my skin feels wet. So okay, so we've got some wet here, and then he talks about being wet here, doesn't he? So maybe we think it's around here. Now we need to go back to the question and think a little bit more, don't we? We need to say, after the wetness experiments, the writer says that. So what happens after? Can anyone tell me? Look
The
for
effect
wet.
of the experiment.
Where's that, Sophia? Effect after. I like that. After would have been a good synonym in a way. Where can you draw a line?
My finger feels wet even though I have visual. Gives me a.
And what's the effect of that? Can anyone tell me?
Now I realize my skin feels pressure and temperature. It's my brain that says I feel wet. So after the wet only, the brain says that it is, and my skin feels pressure and temperature.
Okay, so Sophia's got an idea. We could come and look here, couldn't we, guys? We could say, after the wetness, the writer says that. Is that here?
C.
What do we think,
His
guys?
skin was wet when it felt wet.
Yeah, B.
The skin was wet when it felt wet. Is that what it says here, guys?
It says it perceives.
Option D.
Yeah, perceives, John,
wetness.
right? So is it actually wet?
Yeah.
Was it actually wet?
No.
What's
dry.
this? Can anyone help me with this? Pressure and temperature. I now realize that my skin feels pressure and temperature. It's my brain that says I feel wet. It's not. The answer is not B. What do we think?
Physical sense of wetness.
So here he's talking about he's not actually wet, but he feels like he's wet, right? So what best matches that here?
He knew why it felt wet when it was dry.
Okay, everyone together. A, B, C, or D. So your last thing. It's 5 minutes past, so we're going to end. A, B, C, or D. John's going for C. Fitor?
Yes, C.
C.
C, Shani. The answer is,
C.
drum roll, please. It is C.
C, sir.
Yay!
All right.
Hey, finally.
Okay, so I'm going to stop the class there. If you want to finish off with this reading, you can. I'm probably a bit too ambitious thinking we could get through 14. I always am, I think. But you can finish off the rest if you want. Okay, it will be on the study document, and I will provide a link to the answers. What we're going to do now, as usual, is we'll take a 5-minute break. Class is finished. And then anyone who wants to stay in class and have a bit of a chat for speaking club is welcome. But for now, I'll say goodbye. I'll say goodbye to the camera. Thanks anyone for watching this.
Bye-bye.
Thank you,
Thank you,
sir.
sir. Bye-bye.
Okay.
Bye.
And you can stay in the class for 5 minutes.